There is something which is so beautiful about life. The life that you live, the life that I live, and the life that all of us live. You know what's so beautiful about the lives that we live? It is that life comes a full circle. A couple of years ago, I was at my first TEDx. And at my first TEDx, I gave a lot of gratitude to my mentor, who's mentored me over the years. Little did I know that a couple of TEDx later, I'll be standing before you at a university founded by my mentor. That's the beauty of life. That's the beauty of ideas into action, which is today's theme at TEDx at Atlas University. All of you, raise your hand if you had an idea in the shower this morning. All of you, raise your hand if you had an idea in the shower this morning. Okay, keep your hand raised if you acted on that idea. Keep your hand raised if you acted on that idea. Brilliant. That actually proves my case. It proves my case to say that we need to stop dreaming and we need to start doing. Because an idea will not work unless you work the idea. And here I am today as part of the theme of TEDx, Ideas Worth Sharing. I want to share with each one of you the 5C rule to make ideas work. The 5C rule to make ideas work. Come to think of it, right? We all have ideas. We just saw, I have 1,235 ideas right now. Sorry, as I just look at some of y'all, I got 4 more ideas. How do I really forget? My phone has another 100 more ideas. And of course, there are notes to self as well that all of us do on our lovely phones. Not every idea is a great idea, I get that. Some may be very boring ideas about what you want to have for dinner tonight. Some ideas may be about your ex that you should have actually blocked. And some ideas may be ideas that are waiting for you to take action. So the question I have for all of you today, the serious question I have for all of you today is no idea is ever a bad idea. And that's a rhetoric one. The point I'm trying to make to each one of you today is that ideas often get abandoned. Ideas don't have a home. And these same ideas are ideas that we control, alt, and delete with just another idea. Come to think of it, I actually have a big but there because we all have ideas, but many of them fail. And while there could be 100 reasons of why an idea would fail, I want to share with you 3 profound reasons. The first reason why an idea fails is because you and I have what I call the comfort cuddle syndrome. Thinking is very easy to do, but getting out from that couch, pausing that Netflix and chill that we all do and saying, hey, you know what? I want to write my next short film takes a lot of effort. Sitting in that couch, reclining and letting the video play on is very easy to do. Number 2, we are all victim of what I call as paralysis of perfection. We want to get it right. We want to get it right the first time. We want to get it right every single time. Our human brains are not wired to get it right every single time. Of course, we put in hard work. Of course, we are dedicated. Of course, we are sincere. Of course, we would love if we get it right the first time. But why lead to inaction just because we are chasing perfection? So don't let perfection paralysis paralyze you. Number 3, and this is where I believe that most of us succumb, because we look at it as lone rangers. It's my idea. I don't want someone else to get credit for it. I will do it. I will execute it end to end. It doesn't work that way, my friends. Because we're living in a world where we got to collaborate with one another and be successful. As I've given you why ideas fail, I also want to tell with you in 20 years of experience that I've really had working with leaders, working with entrepreneurs, working with dreamers, and working with doers. There is one thing that has clearly stood out when it comes to doers. And these are the secrets from my experience that I want to share with all of you. And that's called the 5C rule. The first C, clarity. If any one of y'all have a blurred picture on your phone, the first thing you're going to do is delete it because you want a better picture. No blurry picture, like no blurry idea, ever got framed. And therefore, if I had to tell you as an analogy that Sahil wants to write a book, blurry idea. Sahil wants to write a book, but he's going to write 2 pages today. And he's going to get started. Whatever may be his thoughts, good, bad, ugly, I'll refine, I'll improvise. But my dear friends, I will start today. Now that is bringing clarity to an idea. Writing a book is blurry, but saying I will start writing my book today and I will write 2 pages, I may end up writing just 1 page. That's absolutely all right, but I've taken the first step. Let's move from clarity to courage. We're living in a world where you and I may think, oh my God, we have floods out here, right outside campus. The earlier time TEDx was scheduled, water is at 9 feet. I'm going to wait for the water to recede. Real situation. It's raining very heavily today. I'm not going to go to college. I'm not going to go for this meeting. I'll reschedule it. Not a courageous situation. And therefore, you and I decide whether we display strength and courage or we don't. The choice is always ours. I'll tell you, the first time I actually sold an idea to my boss, I was sweating. My palms were sweating as much that I could water a plant. Today, when I met many of y'all, because of the running around and the stress, your palms were sweating as well. That to me is not about sweat. That to me is about courage. That to me is about you guys burning the midnight oil to ensure that this property of Atlas University becomes a property, a TEDx that is known in the world. That, to my mind, is courage. C number 3. People often ask me, Sahil, how do you make time to write a LinkedIn post every day? And I tell them, did you come to work today without brushing your teeth? And they said, no, but that's something we have to do. And I said, brilliant. I've told myself, writing a LinkedIn post every day, every second day, something I have to do. And therefore, I make time for it. Because you and I could be rock stars today, and we could be out of the scene tomorrow because the way the world is changing from VUCA to BANI to various acronyms that keep coming up. We're living in a world where we could get very obsolete if we're not going to be consistent. One day of being a superstar doesn't ensure that you're going to be evergreen. And therefore, consistency is extremely important. I'm going to move to my 4th C very quickly, and I think it's community. Only in Bollywood movies do you see wolves coming individually. In a world that we live in, wolves will always hunt in a pack. You don't need to think that you're alone. And I'll tell you, I have a friend of mine who I call as an accountability partner. What does this friend of mine do? Whenever I'm working on any big project, all I tell him is, every Friday, give me a call and ask me just one word. Just one word. And that word that my friend asked me is, Sahil, what's the update? That's it. No judgment, no analysis, no stuff that, oh, you didn't do it, or you did it, or you exceeded target, nothing. Just what's the update? And that, to my mind, is very powerful, where you can get the community to help you bring your idea to life. I think many a times we wait for the final day to come, the graduation day to come, the movie to get a big hit. But I think celebrations could also be small celebrations. And I do that very effectively. I'm working on a large project, which I know is for 9 months. 2 months have been very rough. I end up taking the team out for a great outing, saying, hey, these 2 months were tough. We did it very well. Kudos, let's celebrate. Because if you don't celebrate small milestones, even moles will appear like mountains. But when you start celebrating small milestones, you will realize you get ideas that work very, very well as compared to otherwise. And lastly, I think as I wrap this up, and I'm conscious of the time and the clock ticking, I want to share with you one short story. And this story is about a mentor of mine. At this university, she said, my students are amazing. My campus is amazing. My education is amazing. But my teachers don't look very happy. So she asked her granddaughter, what do I do? And she said, why don't you distribute cookies? We all have ideas. We get ideas like that from young children. And she converted cookies into saying, lectures start at 7 in the morning. They go on all the way into the evening. We're in a campus that is surrounded by corporates. Let us get food on campus for all our faculty. Because food is nourishment for the brain. And if the brain's going to work, collectively, we're all going to brainstorm. And therefore, whenever you're thinking what next, instead of Netflix and chill, or binge watching, or having everything else that is unhealthy for you, ask yourself, when was the last time you had food for thought? When was the last time you picked up an idea and turned it into action? Because an idea will not work unless you work the idea. Thank you so much.